You probably clicked on the video because you're finally ready to hear the truth about what it takes to sell on Etsy. And these are the things that I wish I had somebody tell me when I was early on in my journey, because it can really save you so much time and unnecessary confusion, frustration, and disappointment. And although I'm a top 1% seller now, it took me quitting my shop twice before I was able to figure it out. So if you keep seeing or hearing others talk about how they opened a shop and it blew up overnight, don't feel badly about yourself if that is not your story. That wasn't my story either. And while some of the things I might be sharing today might be a little spicy or controversial, I really don't care, because I think it's important that you know the truth about what it takes to sell on Etsy. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Number one, Etsy is hard. A lot of people make it sound easy. You know, you open a shop, put a few designs in your shop, and then you begin to get the orders overnight. That's just not how it works. And the reason why I say that is because while you're building your shop, you are learning SEO, you're understanding buyer psychology, you're developing a pricing strategy, you're conducting market research, you're studying design composition and design layout, and so much more. I feel like understanding Etsy is equivalent to learning a new language. It's not easy. And although you may hear others sharing how they opened their shop and it blew up, that is not the reality for the majority of us. And that is okay, because at the end of the day, even though Etsy can be hard in the beginning, it doesn't have to be hard forever. I truly promise you that the hard part is temporary. And this is something I actually talk about in pretty much every one-on-one coaching call, is that no matter what, you have to push through the hard part. I've seen so many people quit their shops right before the traction began. But the ones who push through, that is what separates them from the people who quit. Number two, it's not actually free to start. Don't buy into the hype that, oh, you can open a shop tomorrow for free and it doesn't cost anything to start up. That is not the truth. About a year and a half ago, Etsy implemented a $15 fee to open your shop. Well, that's been bumped up now to $29. So if it were me, I'd open up my shop now if I were holding off on it, because who knows if and when they're going to bump it up again. In addition to the $29 shop opening fee, you have to account for each listing you add. You pay 20 cents. And then each time you get an order, you are paying the transaction fees and everything else that goes along with that. And those are just what it costs to have an Etsy shop. You also need to think about the software and the different platforms that you'll be needing in order to run your shop. For the majority of us, that'll be Canva, Kittl, Photoshop, Procreate, or whatever software that you may need in order to create your design. And then you also need a research tool, because if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I am all about the research. It's what changed everything for me, and my favorite research tool is Everbee. It changed the game in both my digital and my print-on-demand shop. So if you want to try it out for free, I'll have a link below in the description for you. But getting back to what it costs, I tell new people all the time to realistically have a budget of about $100 to get their shop up and running comfortably. And the reason why I say that is because you need to keep in mind that you're building a business. And if you have a zero investment mindset, you're going to have a lot of issues with your shop taking off. When it comes to running a business, you have to spend money in order to make money. Number three, you won't see traction until you have volume. Now, this one is a bit of a hot take, but Etsy is a numbers game. Now, don't get me wrong. Every now and then you will come across a shop that has maybe 10 listings and they're killing it, but that is the exception. The majority of shops, including both of my shops, my digital and my print-on-demand shop, didn't get consistent momentum until they had about 100 listings in them. And then when I reached about 500 listings, that's when I began getting multiple orders every day. And keep in mind that that is not a magic number. That's just to give you a bit of context of what to expect, so you have realistic expectations. But each shop is different. Everybody's journey is different. I just want to give you that bit of context. But looking at it holistically, the more data you give Etsy, the better the algorithm can understand your niche, your shop, and your audience. And it's not about throwing up random designs in your shop. It really comes down to quality and momentum. Your goal should be to get 1% better with each new listing, have better titles, better tags, better mockups, and really nail down that pricing. A few things to remember about that: quantity brings data, data brings clarity, and that is how traction really starts. Number four, don't be too creative. Something that I picked up on when I've done shop audit is that a lot of new or struggling sellers go way too far left trying to reinvent the wheel. And I know that Etsy is all about being creative and being unique, but there's a fine line between being too unique and being just unique enough to stand out on the search pages. And Etsy customers want different, but not too different. They want familiar, but better. I would highly encourage you to scroll on Etsy every day as if you were the customer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Begin to truly understand at what is selling now. Keep in mind and note the different layouts, the different color palettes, the different elements, the different phrases, and then find a way to make it your own without losing what people are already responding to. Creative doesn't mean unrecognizable. It means recognizable, but with a twist. And if you want a second set of eyes on your shop and to get real feedback of how to improve your shop and what's working well for you, I have it linked below in the description where you can get your own personalized shop audit. Number 5, no one cares what you like. This one's harsh, but it's the truth. Etsy isn't about what you love. It's about what people are already searching for and purchasing. And I felt twice for this exact reason. I wasn't researching at all. I was winging it and creating what I thought was cute. And while it may have looked good to me, it wasn't what people were actively looking for. Your job is to identify that demand and then give the customers what they want, whether or not you like it. You can always make designs for yourself later. So for now, your focus should be to create designs that your customers are already looking for. And that is how you bring in those orders and build your confidence as a shop owner that you're on the right track. And that's exactly why I created my Done For You niche club. So if you're a newer seller or your shop is struggling, you can skip the entire research process, quit guessing, and put your time and energy into what actually moves the needle. If you want to check it out, I'll have a link down below in the description for you. Number 6, your first listings will not be great, and that is perfectly okay. Now I'm calling out my fellow overthinkers and perfectionists. I'm the same way. I'm not judging at all, but hear me out. Don't spend so much time perfecting a listing, or worse, never even adding it to your shop because you don't deem it perfect yet. Because I'll be completely real with you, your first 10 listings are going to be pretty bad, maybe even your first 50. And honestly, that is completely normal because that's how everybody begins. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. You get better with each listing you add to your shop. You begin to have a better understanding of creating stronger titles, more refined tags, better mock-ups, and what actually works. You can't collect data or improve if you never hit publish, and you can't sell what isn't listed. Number 7, Etsy ads aren't mandatory, but they do help. Another hot take. People love to debate this one. And yes, you can 100% grow your shop without ads, hands down. It is totally possible, but it might take you a little bit longer. But if your listings are already optimized, ads can really help jumpstart that traffic, get you on page 1, and ultimately get those conversions. They're not a magic fix, but they can definitely be fuel for your shop. I like to think of it this way. If you're already doing the right things, then ads can definitely amplify your shop's growth. But if your listings still need work, ads will only highlight what's not working. So if you decide to utilize ads in your shop, I would just encourage you to use them strategically, monitor the results and how they're performing, and then build upon what is doing well. And if you don't want to do ads, that is perfectly okay. Just have realistic expectations that it might take your shop a little bit longer to be able to get the traction, but you can definitely do it. Remember that the hard part is temporary, but what you can build after pushing through the hard part can literally change everything for you. And don't forget that if you want to grab that listing optimization checklist, go ahead and leave the word checklist below and I'll make sure I get that over to you. And if you're ready to find profitable, low competition, trending niches, that is exactly what is inside of my Done For You niche club. Each week, you're going to get a fresh set of low competition, unsaturated digital product niches, the AI image prompts to go along with them, all of the SEO, the titles, the tags, pricing information, everything you need to get up and running with your shop. It'll be the first link below in the description. The video on your screen right over here is about 9 new digital products that are already blowing up on Etsy. So I'll catch you over there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.